busy with horses. We have this covert shut down, and the waiting list is up over well over 150 now. So we're going to have to get as many out at one time as we can. This is a very good exercise anyway, from the point of view they learn to be together, and this is again the first time that this fell pony's been in the middle. You know, he's normally been on the outside or inside, but he's running in the middle now, and they're going along pretty well, pretty happy. The little New Forest on the outside, he's come on a lot. You know, he's come out the yard reasonably quiet, or she has, I should say. Come out the yard really, you know, reasonably quiet, nothing, which is good. Come up. Now, this is a problem we've got. We've got a loose pole on the inside. We could fix it down, that's not a problem. But it's not what we want to do. The problem is, the reason why we don't want to do it, you've got the bales laying on the black one. So they're laying on one other slightly. So what I want to do is be able to let the pole come up, and they can touch each other's bodies, and then the pole go down, go up, go down, go up, go down. Pretty soon they'll start coming apart. You know, they'll be like this two this side, you know, the offside horse and the middle horse. Now they see what I mean? They're there, they're walking and they ain't got the pressure on them. They're just going nice. I just got to move this one up a little bit. Come on, that's it. And there you go, that's it, that's what we want. Now if we can get that at the walk for a minute, then we'll have another little trot, come back to the walk and get that just going nice and sweet. When you sell that motor, you've got to offer it to me. No, seriously, yeah. How you doing, mate? All right? All right. I was going to get myself a few more horsepower. See you later, mate. God bless. So here we go. We've got these out now. Got a fell pony, New Forest, and the cob on the outside. And we're doing this because obviously we've got a lot of backlog to get through. So what we're trying to do is, each of them are learning a thing. So it's the first time for that one on the inside, first time for this one in the middle. So the reason we're doing that is close proximity to other horses. When you're out on a drive, or you've got to tie your horse up on a lorry next to another horse, strange horse, you want them to accept it pretty well and just be quiet and stand. And these are going lovely. So it's first time in the middle for this horse, first time over there on the near side for that horse. He's been on the outside now a couple of times. But they've all been on the outside, they've all been, but this is the first time. And tomorrow, hopefully this little bay will be in the middle and the black one will be on the inside, or the coloured will be on the inside. But lots of lessons are learnt here, lots of confidence things, and also what we're taking away is this, my position in the herd away. So my position in the herd, not mine, how the horse sees itself in the position of the herd, yeah? So I'm more important than you, you've got to do as I say, that type of thing. So what I'm saying to these is, no, I'm in charge and all of you are equal. When you're out in the field and you're playing, you can make your own rules, but while we're working here and we're learning this job, it's got to be, you know, from that way of doing it. All right, babe. So they're going nice there. So they're all going along. I suppose the right thing to say, we're looking for social distancing between these two horses here, yeah, or all three horses. So the little one there, he's not really sure what's what yet. It's his first time over there on the inside. He's holding back on his traces of slack. I really don't mind at the minute. We've got more than enough horsepower to take it forward than what we want and what we need. So I'm quite happy with him there for a minute like that. As long as he's not sitting in the britching too, I'll make his quarters sore, because that would be silly. But then we just want to ask him, come on in, trot. So you can see the bay pony straight on that at the trot. Now he's not laying on the other horse so much, as long as he stays there. If not, we'll come back to the walk. I'm going to come back to the walk now because he's just pinching again. Steady, my baby, just walk. Just walk. And now we've got a floating pole on the inside, so what I'm saying, it's not restricted for coming up in the air. You can restrict a pole and adjust it, give it as much adjustment as you want. Come over, come over, come over, come over, come over, come over there. I'm talking there front of him. All right, babe. So the problem is when you've got a floating pole, what we term as a floating pole, so there's no restriction on the movement on the pole at all, so it can come up. Now the problem is when it comes up high between two horses' heads, you've got to know what you're doing, because otherwise it'd bump them in the face, wouldn't it, so easily. But the pole is a soft pole, so by that I mean the independent suspension unit that is, you know, we use, or we don't use, is made to go in that pole, is a softer one than this one. This one will stay as it is all the time. It's not restrained, but it will stay as it is because of the tightness of the independent suspension unit. So what's I mean by the tightness? Well, some independent suspension units will take tons, some will take 100 weights, you know. So this one's more a little tiny trailer behind a motor car. That's the sort of independent suspension unit that one's got. Come on, baby, walk up. That would be that one. And this one, thank you. Thank you. So that one there would be a little tiny trailer, maybe 4 foot square, behind a motor car, you know, get rid of garden rubbish, that type of thing. This one over this side would be maybe off something like a trailer that's going to move motor cars around, you know. So that one's a very floppy, soft one. I mean, we can put them either side, but then what it enables the near side horse to do is to travel in under the pole and touch his mate. Yeah. Now, two things can happen. One, they can touch his mate and have an argument about it, who's pushing who. The other way, they can take solace from feeling another horse that close to them, and every horse is different, I keep saying it. So that's why we have a floating pole there, a very soft pole. And it also can flex both ways. It can be pushed in and pulled out easily with no effort, you know, very, very little effort. Just a few pounds of weight, it will move from side to side as well as up and down. But it will come right up. Now, as I say, the downside is you've got to watch where their mouths are, where their heads are. They don't want them banging on it. So on the range, you've got to be pretty much on the ball the way you control that. So you don't let them get their head over there or, you know, too close. And if you get it right, you know, you're fine. So you can't afford to get it wrong. We don't want it coming up high, but as long as your coupling reins are adjusted correctly, so you can, if you look at the bay horse, he travels with his head out slightly to the side, to the near side, that's fine. I'm happier with him travelling like that than getting bumped in the head with the end of the pole. Other people have said to me in the past, well, could you bring the poles back in? Of course I could adjust them in, but where they are is about right for these ponies, about right for this job. Yep. So their heads are in front, their mouths are in front. This black one you can see now, he can put the centre horse can put his head round the front without it touching, and that's fine considering his traces are quite slack. So he can move forward 6 inches, maybe 4, and put the tension on the traces, and he still have his head room to clear the pole at the front. What you don't want to do is to have the horse's head like this over the pole, you know, there, like that, as I'm just holding him there, and that come up and bang him. So you can't do that. So that's the skill on the reins. That just comes, not because I'm a wonderful driver or anything, it's just that comes with time. And what I've done is got my coupling rein out on that horse to let him stand off a bit so he won't come back. In actual fact, the little fella is less at risk than the black one. The other one, black one, being a bit taller. Not much in it actually, but the camber of the road takes the little bay near side horse down a bit. So, and this horse here, I've had here for a week or 10 days more than these. So I've taught him in a short space of time, because he does pick up things quite quickly, and I've taught him to keep his chain as soon as he feels any pressure, not necessarily to go with it. So if I do that, you can watch his, if I do that, watch his chain there, you see it tight, the other one slack. But he'll hold that pole over, right, and he'll keep it going pretty straight. So as that pole goes over, your turntable comes round and it affects the pole the other side. So you can see now the poles are pretty level, they're not up, but this is a floating pole, as I say, a soft sprung pole. Now you cannot ask for that very readily. It's only that we perhaps, well, perhaps we have a little bit of influence and we can ask, well, make me a soft sprung pole. So whenever we do this work, now what we do have, we have a different pole again. Thank you. We have a different pole again, an entirely different pole again for when we're doing a pair of horses. We've got another fitting that goes on the front of these poles that will put a bar across the front of the poles, keep them at a certain distance apart to correspond with where they meet the splinter bar. And from that we'll hang swingle trees to go in front of these horses to put another 3 out the front. We might well be doing that so that you've got all these going out the road, but they're all learning. So this little fella on the inside, learning to come over and tolerate being in the curve. A lot of horses don't like that. A lot of horses don't like it because, you know, you haven't got a clear distinction. You've got the curve, you've got the grass verge, you've got flowers, stuff sticking out, hedges, bushes, rubbing their legs, all that type of stuff, you know. So, and also what you've got on the edge of the road is when it's been raining, you've got puddles. Obviously there's more going to be in the gutter the next day when it's been raining, so, and some of them don't want to go through, so that'll often be the reason why they'll come off the pole. All horses that come here, not all, there is no all for any horse that comes here, but I would say the majority of horses come here, if we're going to put them in a pair, if we do that, we don't always do that, we do that less than 50% of the time. We put them up alongside another horse, you know, a schoolmaster. But people think, or I've heard it said, I'm not saying anybody's wrong, thousands of horses that are, you know, being driven all over the place, but I didn't break and they do the job perfectly well. It's just the way I do it. So what I would, come over baby, I would always put my young horse, my baby, my new horse on the offside near the traffic. Now what I've found over the years, and this is only a law of average is all it is, because you cannot talk about these horses, they're all so individual. And even if you put them into subcategories, then you find they're still individuals, you know, you've got to subdivide, until you get back to every horse is, you know, an individual. But, look up my babies, look up. I'm sorry that I, you know, I'm trying to talk to you, but my job and what I'm being paid for is to have these horses going right, and that's what we got to do. But if you put a horse on the inside, you will quite often find, I can't give a percentage, but you'll quite often find that the horse that you put on the inside, he goes on the inside lovely, he loves it there, he gets used to it there, he's absolutely at home there. He's fine now. He'll hide behind the other horse, or on the inside of the other horse. He'll just hide there. He'll be, you know, perfectly happy. when you asked him to change, trot, trot. So when you asked him to change, he finds it really, really difficult. Come over, bud. Really, really difficult to come to the offside. If you start him off on the offside, he'll happily go to the inside, and you've taken a lot of worries away in his life, you know. But obviously, it takes a lot of steady, babe. Not a lot necessarily, but it takes some know-how, some understanding. So you can see that pole there now, right up high, yeah? That's just because my little fella is not happy on the outside. I'll just rest him there a minute and use my hands, you know, little finger just to control him, and the pole will drop back down again, yeah? But it takes a little bit of, well, skill, I suppose. It sounds like you're being conceited, not at all. But it takes a bit of time to get the hang of it, if you like, you know. Now, Ryu's with me all the time, my little mate who's with me. We work together. She could jump on these reins now and drive them just as good as I can. You know, it could even be better. We will be better in time, there's no question about that. I'm getting older. What I would like, and I keep saying this, and as I get older I find it's, you know, has more truth in it as I get older, and that is that I wish I had another lifetime to get it right. Because you just start getting on top of it, you just start finding out things, you just start learning, and see them drain holes, you don't want them. Now I'm not going to force him over there. Why ever would I do that? I'd never force him anyway, but I wouldn't force him over there. If that pole was a set pole, I might ask the other horse just to hold him over a little bit, you know, and by the time we got up the road and we'd done 4 or 5 miles, he'd start to accept the manholes, but this ain't the time to do that. He's already very concerned with these little puddles here and stuff. If you look at his ears and he sees a puddle, you know, he'll be like, oh, I'll just come away from that, I think. Now, see there again, he's looking strong at it. Ears tightened up, head went down slightly. So them little puddles he's looking at. Now, forcing them is never the way to do it. Never ever the way to do it. You've just got to go nice and steady. So we're doing a few of these trandems at the moment to get through what we're going to do, and what we'll probably do is put a pair out the front or another trandem out the front of these. But it's a lot of disciplines here, and although it's for our convenience, it's also a great asset to the horses. It's, you know, it helps them a lot to learn. Stand still, baby. So what are they learning? He's learning to be tight on the side. He's learning to be right against the traffic. He's learning to be between 2 horses and tolerate it without being steady, baby. Something else.
You would have clearly made that. I don't know. Yeah, you get Trandem Work to see that.
Walk up. I don't know. So, as I say, it's a very good lesson for them all to learn. So you've got this horse on the offside. He's never going to be as near. He's never going to have to push through such tight places as he will now, next to all the traffic. Bikes, you know, push bikes. Now there's far more bikes about, and when they come up behind you freewheeling. They certainly don't have an engine, so that when they come up, it can be quite disconcerting, for, you know, especially where there's bright coloured tops and shorts and that, you know. So like this one here, for instance. All right, mate. Oh, baby, yeah. Come over, darling. Come over. Come over. Oh.
Not today.
Oh. Oh, they're going, yeah, we'll go in the river then, give them a drink. Alright, baby.
Blocking you?
No, you will, we'll get past there, alright, yeah. Come on, come up, come back. That's a baby. Stand still, my darling. Stand still, baby. Yeah, when you're ready, babe, plenty of time. Yeah, we'll come, yeah, guess what, yeah, we'll be alright, they won't bother, just back out, yeah, they won't bother. Oh, baby. Stand still, darling. Stand still, baby. Come round, darling. Come round, baby. Come round, baby. Good boy. Come over, baby. Come over. Come over there, tighter. Come over, tighter. That'll do. Come over there. Wait till I tell you. All clear, Hey, speed!